One of the facts about nuclear energy that I have found many anti-nuclear proponents find very hard to accept is just how incredibly safe it is. They think that that's rhetoric, I guess. When you talk to them, they'll like to just quote, or not quote, but say Fukushima, Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and that becomes some conclusive proof that nuclear is just too dangerous. When the studies show that if you look at the actual deaths from those, 3 Mile Island didn't kill anybody, neither did Fukushima. The only deaths from Fukushima were a panicked evacuation. And yes, Chernobyl did kill quite a few people. But when you include Chernobyl, which is not a modern reactor, it was a bad reactor designed to start with, but when you include Chernobyl with all of nuclear technology, it still turns out to be safer than wind. Now that's stunning. How can that be safer than wind unless it's just incredibly safe as the nuclear advocates claim that it is? Here's an example of somebody saying that. They're saying right here, how many solar or wind farms caused thousands to die? You're right about the efficiency. Yeah, that's nice. Its footprint is very small. Yes, it's virtually negligible compared to other forms. But you ignore the cost of something going wrong in nuclear. And that's a very common perspective with people that are anti-nuclear, is that, it's great until something bad happens, which really is true for everything. It's just how often does something bad happen and how bad is it compared to the product that you get? Because people do die on wind farms. If you fall off of a turbine, yeah, that's pretty bad. Or you get electrocuted with solar or fall off of a roof. And those don't happen very often, so they don't make headlines, but they do happen infrequently. And when you look at how much energy you get for the deaths that occur, yeah, nuclear is safer than wind. It's basically like, look at it this way. If you have to have a gigawatt to supply your town or city with all the energy that it needs, how many people is it okay to die to get that gigawatt? Now, obviously, the number needs to be 0, but the best way to get it as close to 0 as possible turns out is nuclear. Now, some studies say that it's safer than solar, and some say that solar is safer, but that's basically how safe nuclear is, that it's virtually the same because so few people die. And when you take Chernobyl out, basically the numbers just go to 0. And including Chernobyl with modern nuclear, in my opinion, that's like including the Hindenburg with modern air travel. It's just a completely different technology and nowhere near as safe. And so the truth is that it really is just that safe. It's just that these events are so visceral in our thinking and how we respond that we tend to think that it's far worse than it really was in terms of the benefit that you get from nuclear energy around the world. And in the United States, a great example. And that doesn't mean that, nothing ever bad is ever going to happen again. It just means that based on history, it's turning out to be fantastic. But then again, you could say that about any technology, solar, wind, economy, healthcare, whatever the case might be. But the facts are that nuclear energy is just incredibly safe. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a good day. Bye.